12 News journalist William Pitts is live near Wickenburg tonight. And Will, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Mark, we're actually seeing firefighters still out here making sure that this thing doesn't flare up again. They're up top of that hill right there. They've been cutting down some trees, making sure things don't fall. The fire kind of went right up this hill. We want to show you this because this is a really good example of exactly what they were dealing with. This is one of the places where the fire jumped over US 60, went up the hill and then stopped. There's a slurry drop that was right on the other end of that, or a fire retardant drop that was right on the other side of that hill. But then that is where the fire jumped from. You can see the guardrail right there is melted. That's how hot the fire was. And you can see there's no scorching in between. This was all fire embers that were blown across the freeway to come over here. And it was contained a little farther over there by another fire retardant drop on the top of the hill. Now, firefighters are still out here. This is down to one lane in either direction on US 60 to make sure that this fire doesn't flare up. The aftermath of a fast, destructive fire. Those columns used to be part of a building. 6 homes were destroyed in the first few hours of the Rose fire. Fire crews trying to keep it from flaring up again. Cody Donafield watched the fire explode right in front of him.
We jumped the 60 right in front of us. My friend's place was already engulfed on the west side of the highway, and it started to run up the mountain on the east side towards my friend's home over on 288. We got the baby in the truck and got the dogs in the truck. By the time we turned around, it already jumped the dirt road there.
Cody's a former hotshot from Oregon. He knows better than most what was burning, and it wasn't pretty.
It's nasty.
It's ugly.
Yeah, all you see is fuel. Before this fire even started, that's all you say.
The fire started in the Hassayampa riverbed. Its dense brush mostly dried out in the summer heat. When it burned hot and fast. Cody loaded up what he could.
I got back to my house after helping everybody, and we loaded up the truck, and my fiance's parents came up and helped us load up with pictures and stuff you can't replace. Get it loaded up and out of there just in case we got to go.
But by Thursday afternoon, Cody was in the clear. Officials told him he could go home, past the roadblock. The highway opened a few hours later, but fire crews were still there, putting out hot spots, cutting down trees, creating more fire breaks.
They put their lives on the line every day to help us, and I just hope everybody appreciates that because they're in the middle of it.
Thursday afternoon, there were still small areas smoking. The fire was spotty, burning mostly grass, snaking through the hills. Arizona's not used to seeing desert wildfires, but they're here now.
It's like any other town, Hawaii and California, and they don't think it can come through a town, but it can. You see those firefighters off to the side of the road. That is about the area where a lot of those buildings were burned. There's some good news out of this, and that is that this fire has laid down quite a lot today. You can see all of the clouds out here. It was actually sprinkling just a little bit earlier today. That brought the humidity up, brought the temperatures down, and really let firefighters get a better handle on this fire. They're hoping to get some updated numbers a little bit later today. We're live in Wickenburg. William Pitts, 12 News.
Okay, Will.